A former Mishicot teacher agreeing to a plea deal in a federal child pornography case. According to court records, Schroeder will plead guilty to one count of production of child pornography in federal court in Green Bay. He's also facing multiple state charges. According to the criminal complaint in the state case, Schroeder had a two-year sexual relationship with a student starting when that child was 14 years old. Law enforcement also learned that he exchanged sexually explicit photos with a different middle school student. Records indicate he will also plead to state charges later this month. Schroeder will be sentenced on the federal charges in June.
A De Pere man